Who would have thought that Corona, after 1.5 years, would still continue to scare people? India is at number three position. US is still leading in this trend. Uh, Leading in this table, definitely not something to feel proud of, but it's a scary thing. It's a scary sight. If your country is among the top 10, then it's something to be worried about. I'm from India, and it's definitely a worrying factor. India at number three. If you look at just the India analysis, we already have so far 270,000 casualties till date. If you look at just Delhi, 21,000 casualties so far, almost accounting to 7.9, which is 8% of the total casualties is from Delhi. Mumbai, another big city, 5.2%, 14,000 casualties so far. Then we also have Bengaluru, 9,000 casualties, 3.5%. Chennai is 2.1%, 5,700. So all these big cities, we see quite a few casualties, something of grave concern. If we just look at Delhi for a moment, one good thing about this visual is the numbers are continuously decreasing every day. But if we look at the deceased on a daily basis, that is still at a consistent level, though it has reduced from this level, which was around 400 per day, 450. We are still at that somewhere around 300 level per day. This is just in Delhi. 300 deaths in a day. That's a big spot of concern. There are many other analysis out here. The number of people who have administered the vaccine. This is again just for Delhi. So we do have quite a few built-in visualizations for all the states and districts in this link, covid19india.org. But if you want to do or create your own visualization, you can get the actual data or the link from this website, api.covid19india.org, where you have time series data, data at the states level or the districts level. Then we have labs state-wise, RT-PCR samples collected, COVID vaccine state-wise, district-wise. So in this video, we are going to learn about how can we share our visualization with our colleagues or our seniors or even the client. We can share our links. We can create a link of our visualization and share it with the relevant people or department to get their insight or to get their feedback or just for information purpose. So this is the Jupyter notebook where we have the code for creating all the visualizations. Like again, since this tutorial is not on how to create visualizations, it's about how to share your visualizations or how to share your analysis. I shall not waste too much of your time in writing the code from scratch. Of course, I would be sharing this Jupyter notebook with you in the description, and also shall explain about all the cells, what each of these cell is doing, so that you get an understanding of what exactly is happening and how we are creating the visualizations here. So we are using Altair here, and if you do not have Altair, you can do a pip install and get this library installed on your machine. Same is the case with DataPane. So just in case you do not know how to install, I shall explain about the steps in the description below. So here we have called all the libraries, and we are calling the CSV file from this link. And here I am using this particular link here. You can just Control C over here and paste it here. And once you do that, now let me just close this for the time being. I shall not use the other columns. So once I execute this, we have date here as a column, but date If you look at the D types, date is seen as an object, but we want to convert this to a date time object, date time, and not just object. So for that, what we can do here is we can set this as an index, and date would be the column, and parse dates equal to true. So once we pass this and execute this, date will then become a column. In fact, date will then become an index of this data set. Now, if we do dx dot index dot dtypes, sorry, dtype, it would then be a date type. So if I just type df dot index, it will give me date time index out here. All right. Now we do have quite a few states out here, and of course India also at the highest level. If you just want to see all the unique states in this particular data set, we can just type this in a separate cell and check out the different states available in this data set. And from this, Delhi being the most badly affected, and Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu also to a certain extent. So I have considered these three states in my analysis. So I create a list of these three states. So Delhi, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. And now I'm creating a separate variable df underscore states, which is nothing but another data frame which has only these particular states, data set of only these particular states. So once I execute this, the number of records now decreases from 15,000 to 1300. Now here we are creating a visualization using the Altair package. So since I've imported the Altair package as ALT, what I'll be doing here is alt.chart. I'm creating a chart here, and inside the chart, I'll be passing the data set. And the reason I have reset the index is because Altair only recognizes column data. It ignores index values. So if you have to plot a graph, you can only plot a graph using the column data. You cannot plot graphs which have values in the index. Hence, I have reset the data over here. So once we do a reset, let me just create another cell. So once I do a reset, date again comes back as one of the columns. It was here as an index. Once we do a reset index, it becomes another column in the data set. All right. So in the data, I have reset the index and called that data set. And dot, if you want to create a line plot, so the syntax here is mark underscore line. So if I go to this particular website, Altair, which again I shall share in the description below, if I go to marks, so mark underscore line indicates a line plot. So these are quite a few plots that we can create in Altair. And in this case, we are creating a line plot. So mark underscore line. And now let me just delete this for a moment. Encode, and inside encode, I'm passing the X column and the Y column. So X, I'm saying it should be date, and colon T because it indicates that it is a date time. So I click on encodings and scroll down a bit. What we see here is in the encoding data types, anything that is a time or a date value should be having a shorthand code as T. Quantitative should have Q, ordinal O, so on and so forth. So since we are using a date time, we are using a date column, I have to use T in the code here. So if I just put it this way and execute this, let me also remove this interactive part. So once I execute this, it still comes out to be correctly, but we can also use underscore colon T just to reiterate that it is actually a date column. Just in case we do not do any parsing over here, then this could help. So once we do this, you see that this is how it appears to be. You cannot move this. Now if I do a dot interactive and again execute this cell, I can now move this graph the way I want to, either upwards or downwards. Now if I put the size as 5, it will thicken the dimension of the line. So depending upon your requirement, you can change it accordingly. I shall keep it as 3. Color, if I don't mention color here, let me just comment this out. It will not be very clear as to what exactly is going on out here. So just to have clarity, we use color as state. So what this indicates is each color, now this color indicates Maharashtra, and blue indicates Delhi, and the red one indicates Tamil Nadu. So the number of confirmed cases as on date is around 5, somewhere close to 5.5 million. Now, if I want to save this graph, I can save it to a variable called G1. Similarly, I have created another variable or another graph called G2. Let us just try to see how it is displayed. Not too much of a difference because all the points are very next to each other. But if you look at it, this is a point graph and this is a line graph. Opacity, if I change the opacity to 0.3, it becomes further dull. So here, since all the lines are further away from each other, opacity may not matter much. But if you have some dark and light lines coincide, opacity might help. So let me just keep it to 0.7. Once again, I use the color as state and interactive so that I can move this graph any which ways I want. And I've stored this visual as the variable G2. Similarly, I have created another variable G3 which has this particular visualization, which is nothing but a box plot. Let's just try to display the box plot here. So here we have the box plot, Delhi, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. So we can also see all the quartiles, the minimum, maximum, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q2 is nothing but the median. So 10,000 is a median here in Tamil Nadu. Now once I have these graphs plotted, I can create a list of these graphs and store it against a variable called plots. And then DP is nothing but the acronym for data pane that I've used here while defining data pane. So dp.report, and inside the report, once again I'm passing dp.text. So what this would indicate, which would be clear once I display the visualization on the link. So here I am typing COVID update in, and this is nothing but, let me just type it in a separate cell here. So if I do this, it would just append all the states I have. And where have I mentioned the states? I've mentioned the states over here. So states is Delhi, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra. So Delhi, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra. So my title of the graph would be COVID update in Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. All right. And df.group, I have put a star plots 3. So since I have 3 plots, I've just put a colon 3 and I want them to be displayed in 2 columns. One column and another column here. And I also want to display the table, the data set that I have extracted from this particular link, and I store that inside the dp.report. and I just need to execute that as well. And now to publish this so that I can create a link and share that link with the relevant people, be it the seniors, be it your co-colleagues in the project, or even with the client, just to get his feedback or his comments. So once I execute the publish button as well, where I put the COVID name, this report gets published, where we have all the three graphs that we have prepared: date versus confirmed, date versus deceased. So the line plot, and this is a dot plot. And we have the third one, which is the box plot, where we have Delhi, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. Then we also have the table underneath, from which we have extracted and created these three visualizations. We can also export this data set. So if when you share this with the relevant people in the team or the client, they also have an option of downloading the data as a CSV or as an Excel file. And they can also do this analysis in Sandance, where you have some default visuals appearing already. You can change it as desired. Bar plot, scatter plot. So it would get changed accordingly, and you can also change the x-axis. Say you want the x-axis to be state and the y-axis to be deceased. So you can get certain analysis according to your requirement or your needs. So this is not the objective of this tutorial. My objective was mainly to help you understand that we can create a visualization. And now if you want to share this particular analysis or your visualizations or your findings from the data set, you can click on share and write the names and the email address of those respective people. So supposing I want to send it to myself. Shared successfully. Now if I open my email ID and if I click on this view report, I would be able to see the exact visualization out here. And looking at the visualization, if this was shared with a client or with your senior or your colleagues, they can add their comments or thoughts and share it with you in the form of an email, or this could be the point of discussion in your evening meeting. So this was just an example of how you can create some visualizations and share your findings with different people just using a link. I hope you found this useful. Data pane can also be used for not just Altair, it can also be used for other different visualization libraries like Plotly or Bokeh or even Seaborn, Matplotlib. In this tutorial, I have used Altair, but we can use the other visualization packages as well. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you have any questions, suggestions, please do share them in the comment section. Stay safe. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much.